My name is Leila. You can find me at leilameinke.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. The instructions for what I'm about to show you today are already published at leilameinke.com/large-book-box, and you can find the instructions all right there. And let's go ahead and I'll show you what I'm going to make. I'm going to show you how to make this large book box, but I'm doing it in lavender instead today, and I'll come back and then I'll show you the details of this guy. Super fun. This is based on the small Stampin' Up! Box, treat box, which super cute, and can hold treats and whatnot. I made this large enough to hold larger gifts, and you can actually gift someone a stack of cards if you wanted. You could. This is card size, so it's the exact same kind of construction, only it's a little bit larger. And again, all the dimensions are at the URL I've already shown you. So for today, I'm going to make a lavender version. This is actually a gift for someone, and I'm super excited to make it. So since I've already published the measurements, I'll just show you quickly here. You need, I'm just going to show you the bones of it. So you're going to need a band, and that's going to be 7.5 by 1.5. I've rounded the corners. And then, of course, I've lined it, and I just took that in 1/4 inch, and I rounded those corners. So the band, 7.5 by 1.5. The box is going to be 8.5 by 7.5, and you're going to score 1.5 all the way around, and then you're ultimately going to cut it so that it's in this shape, and you've got some tabs. You can make a little box out of it. If you want to line it inside, you can. And then for the book cover itself, it's 6 by 11. You're going to score at 4 3/4 and 6 1/4. Round the corners, and then you've got a nice book box. So again, you can find all those dimensions at the URL that I showed you. So let's start with the book itself. And I'm making this in the lavender because I'm giving away some lavender bubble bath, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But I've got my book, and I've scored it. So I'm going to come in with my bone folder and just burnish the edges nicely. I am hoping, and I'm planning, and I'm thinking that this will ship really nicely in a paper pumpkin size box or a kit size box. I haven't shipped it yet. I have tried it out, and it does fit. So I think I'm just going to pad that nicely, and that's going to work out. So let's go ahead. Of course, all my glues. Found my glue. Alrighty, let's go ahead. And so these book covers would have been taken in 1/4 inch all the way around, and then just when you round the corners, for the front, you're going to round the corners on the right, and for the back, you're going to round them on the left, and you want to make sure that your pattern up is up. So if you care to do that, you didn't have to take this in 1/4 inch. You could have just left it at the full size. I chose to take it in 1/4 inch, and I'm using this lavender paper. And actually the lavender dyes, I'll show you that. I'm going to decorate it in a bit, but oh my goodness, I just can't get enough of this lavender sweet. I keep coming back to it. It's just going to be a forever for me. I just can keep coming back to it again and again and again. So, all right, I've got my book covered, and I also have a little spine that I created. And again, once you've got the bones, you can measure all the little pieces, but I did put measurements out there. This is in my Stamp Along kit, and, well, not the lavender version, the Christmas version. I have a Stamp Along kit where I've got 4 main projects and then 2 bonus projects. And so when you get a kit from me, usually as best as I can, and I have done it in this case, I've cut everything for you and scored everything for you. And I I really try to do the hard parts. Okay, now I'm doing the band, and I've lined the band. And you could do it either way. You could hide the band underneath in the back if you want. I'm just going to leave it showing. I think it's a nice, I just love texture. I love contrast. I love color. So I just think that that's got some nice interest. And then we score this at 3 inches. And then we add 1 5/8 to that. So we scored at 3, and then instead of 4 1/2, we just go 1 more. So we're going to do that. So when we go to adhere it to the box, it's going to fit. Yeah, so I've got this kit, and then I'm having, there's a bag, a box, a card, and something fun. And then I have videos to show how to make every single project. So this is one of the products. You get exactly all these ingredients plus extras. So here's the video for the how-to. And then I'm also having stamp along sessions where we can stamp together, and that's super fun too. So I'll leave information about the kit below. So now I'm going to go ahead and line the inside of the box. I just like a nice lining. I'm only going to do the bottom. You could line the edges if you want. And if you want to line the edges, let's see, I would wait till after the step of adding a little pull tab. So I've added a little pull tab on mine. I'll show you that in a minute. So let's say this is going to be my box facing forward. Like I'm going to have my pull tab this way. So this side will be facing the outside. This will be facing the outside. This will be facing the outside. So I've used, I think that the birch embossing folder would look awesome with this. I've used this kind of textured words. I forgot exactly the name of that guy. I've used that guy. I've also used there's like a wood grain embossing folder. I've used that. But frankly, you could also line it in this purple. You could line it with anything. I'm trying to make it kind of emulate a book. So I just got some kind of booky looking page kind of things. So I'm getting this all on the outside, and I'm doing that before I adhere the box together. Oh, and it's going to be on the outside. So this is the inside. And this is the outside. Sometimes I like to do it ahead of time, and then sometimes I get dyslexic. So I know the ends are the ends, so I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to put the box together. Then I'll put the edge outside. So we've got that guy. And while I'm here, I know this is going to be the front pull. I'm just going to put kind of 2 holes in it. And I'm eyeballing it. You certainly could be more precise if you wanted. But I'm just going to go ahead and do that so we can create a little pull. And now I'll assemble the box. I have a bunch of gifts that I bought. This year is kind of a book theme. So I've got a bunch of gifts that I bought, and I'll make a separate video about just some fun kind of book themed gifts that would fit nicely inside of here. This one today, I'm actually putting Lavender Bath. And I already gave one gift away to Cheryl. Cheryl and Bob, my husband Bob, they were born on the same day, the same year. So, and it was a milestone year this year. So we celebrated that. Let me get this stuck. All right, I don't know why the glue was being so stubborn, or my hands or my fingers. But anyway, now we've got those 2 corners, and now we're folding up this final tab, and we're getting this final corner here. So let's go ahead, give it a burnish. get it nice and sealed on all 4 sides. Great. Okay, and now this is the pull. This is going to go forward. So I know this is going to be the outside edge. So let me get that attached on the outside edge. Perfect. So I'm just going to go all the way around one more time and burnish. So I got my box ready to slide in and out. And just to like showcase again what's going to happen, we're going to put a little pull on it, and it's just going to slide in and out once we've got it assembled. So let's do the pull. And I just learned today that you can take this ribbon. This feels like a good size. You can take this ribbon and you can color it with blends. I did that on the inside. I'll show you this guy in a little bit. But so here we've got this beautiful ribbon that we can now make every single color that our blends come in, which is most of them. So you can just color the whole ribbon, and then now you've got that nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these in here. And my little hack for getting the ribbon through is actually using this guy from our embossing kit. It's different than a pokey tool. Like, it's different than you take your pick, because first of all, you're not picking your finger and you're not shredding the ribbon as you do it. So, and it's thick enough that it goes through. You could also do any other trick that you have for, like, cut the ribbon really, really narrow. And usually that'll work, but I've been finding this to work just nicely. So I'm gonna go ahead. Looks like I cut the ribbon a little too long, which is, you know, better than too short. So let me get the handle about the size I like, which is about like that. You can pick whatever width, whatever size you like. I'm gonna snip these off a little bit on the inside. And then a little trick I just learned to get these to stay down. I'm going to use some tear and tape in between the two little pieces, and pop that up, and then I'm going to attach the ribbon and just right onto the tape that way, right onto the tape that way. I can cover it with some Scotch tape, and then I can further come back in and line it if I want. For right now, I'm just going to leave it like this. But I think I am going to come in and line the insides. If you go to my book box instructions, I don't have lining on the inside, but basically it's going to be the same strip that's on the outside, the exact same size. So, so that's our box. So perfect. So that's that guy. And now we've got our book base. That's that guy. We've got our band. That's that guy. And I am going to go ahead. Again, I don't mind if it's showing. So I'm going to go ahead and put glue here. I'm just going to eyeball about the middle. That feels about right. If I wanted to, I could be exact about it. I could put like a mark, you know, I could measure from end to end and put a little pencil mark in the middle and just adhere it, but I'm good with the eyeball situation. And then I'm going to go ahead and wrap that around. Now, you'll notice, well, I don't have a blank one. You'll notice on the treat box that comes from Stampin' Up, they have two different ways you could do it. You could adhere the box on the inside. I don't know if you can see like that tape liner. You could adhere the box on the inside, in which case it'll be stationary and it won't move back and forth. In that case, you need to leave the front flap free. In my case, I like to adhere the front flap and just pop the box in and out. So that's what we're going to do here too. So that principle would be, you could just adhere this box just like that. And then if you got some magnets or if you got some Velcro, you could make that so it opens like a book. I'm not going to do that in this particular case since we already made the pull tab, but it'd be kind of cute to kind of do that too. You could get Velcro, you could get magnets. I think those are about the 2 ways you go about that. So when I did my score line here, I gave about an extra 1/8 of an inch wider than the spine just to give it a little breathing room and a little expansion room. Otherwise it was a little too snug. So I'm just going to go ahead and adhere that and hold it nice. And then let's try it out while we're doing that. So does our box go in and out nicely? Yes, it does. Look how sweet. All right, so for the front cover, in this case, I'm giving some lavender bubble bath. And so I'm going to play with the lavender pieces. And I had a retired duck, so I'm going to use a retired duck. But when you go to do it, I think it would be super cute to like get these dies and roll these out and just like make little rubber duckies, little yellow rubber duckies, and you could kind of decorate those up, and you could have a few of them, would be super cute. So, but I had a retired duck, so that's what I'm going to use. So let me get this on. I'm going to go ahead and put this here. And then I'm going to add the lavender in the backdrop. So this is a little fussy, but I'm just going to add the lavender. I've cut the lavender in Pretty Peacock and Highland Heather. And so I'm just going to create kind of a little lavender scene, just kind of right behind this circle a little bit. Just right there. And you don't need much glue. You don't need much glue at all because paper to paper stays nicely. So, and I like it a little loose, so it just has some movement and freedom to it. So go ahead and put that there. I might cut the bottoms off in this case just to not have, although lavender's long, we know that, and it's got long sticks, we know that for sure. I can just smell it as we're doing this actually, but let's go ahead and, I don't know, just something like that, right? So, and then we've got little lavender babies. I'm gonna put them here, here, here. And while I've got my tweezers, why not just make good use of them? They're great for using if you're doing embossing, heat embossing. They save your fingers, but they're also great for placing small elements. So let's just place a few of these here, just a little decoratively. I know it's a fussy little thing. It takes some precision and care and patience. And oh my gosh, is it worth it when it happens? That guy's upside down, but I'm going to put a gem on him anyway, so he's okay. So let's see. 3s. Yeah, okay, odd numbers. That feels good. And then I'm going to, I've already decorated this guy. Now, I told you he's retired. Look how cute this is. I put some lavender in his mouth, and this was actually Janice's idea. I had posted a version of this before, and Janice said, wouldn't that be cute with lavender in his mouth? So I had some fun this morning, and I put some lavender in his mouth. So we'll go ahead and put that guy there. Super cute little guy. We'll take some of our gems, get those on, and let's use like the darker purple, I think. So cute. I think I'll just, I love contrast. I just love texture and contrast. I love gems and ribbons. Oh, forgot to add a ribbon here. Well, that'll be okay. This version won't have a ribbon on the outside. I've done another version where it had a ribbon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then let's just put one, I think, right there. Super cute. And then on the inside, I told you I colored the ribbon with the blends. And that's this Lavender Bath. I'm going to do another video that suggests a number of gifts you could give, this being one of them, things that fit inside this box and kind of match the self-care theme or book theme. So wouldn't you like just take a book into the bathtub and take a hot lavender soak and have this sweet little baby? Again, you could very easily use these little duckies instead. So sweet. So thank you so much. And here's the Christmas version of it. Let me show the details, by the way, of the Christmas version, because some of you guys have the kit or you're going to want to make it. So this is the festive specialty pack with the paper and everything here. All the embellishments are from the festive specialty pack. It's our Night of Navy organdy ribbon. Here's, that's gold and silver twine. That's an ornament. These are the faceted gems. And then my kit actually comes with the large bow. It comes with a piece of paper to stamp the sentiment, comes with a pack of faceted gems, comes with the twine, and then it comes with a hot cocoa pack, and a little, I don't know, I think it's biodegradable spoon. It's some earth-friendly spoon and some little pieces of ribbon and stuff. So anyway, just that's a close-up for those of you that are in the Stamp Along class and you just want to see how that's all been done. And I didn't decorate the back or the edges, but that guy, I just used the gold right there. And yeah, so thank you so much for joining today. And I hope you find good use of these book boxes. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.